What's going on, everybody? It's your boy MaallyMall, and I'm back with another video.
Top five, no debating. Top five, top five, top five. And the whole city.
So today we're going to be talking about the top 5 worst sneaker apps of 2020. That's right. So compiling some data, just thinking about all of the 2020 frustrations that happened in the sneaker culture, in the sneaker world, and the apps that contributed to that. I have compiled a list here, the top 5 worst sneaker apps of 2020. Now listen, there is no shortage of entries. There's a lot that can make the list. I had to do a lot of extensive research and compile a lot of data to try to narrow this down to the worst 5 sneaker apps of 2020, but I think I did a pretty good job here. So we're going to count down together and you can let me know what you think. All right. So let me say this because I think it's worth noting. It used to be very different before the whole world shut down, so to speak, and COVID-19 happened and the pandemic forced everyone to stay home. Malls and everything were closed down and you couldn't camp. You couldn't go get a pair of shoes in store. You had to basically get everything online. So that's why for me, sneaker apps, sneaker websites, they became even more important. Now that's to the average consumer. All right. And take that as you will, average. Let's call it the non-botting consumer. All right. When I say average. So for those folks who do not have a bot, usually you can purchase in store, maybe get lucky online on one of the soon to be mentioned sneaker apps, but that playing field was completely taken away once we were forced to be all digital. So the importance and the emphasis on these sneaker sites and apps became that much more important if you wanted to grab pairs, right? So again, just a little bit of background as far as why I'm creating this list and why some of these names might appear on there. Okay. So at number 5, we're going to be going with Hibbett Sports. Now, everyone may not be as familiar with Hibbett Sports. It used to be a great place where you could go on launch day and buy either on the app or on the website. But as there's been more notoriety and retail stores shut down in light of the pandemic and everything that happened with COVID-19, sneaker botting and app crashing has become an all-time high. So with a lot of the traffic now flowing from retail to internet, I found that getting pairs on the website and getting pairs on the app became nearly impossible. The app would shut down completely. The website would crash at 10 o'clock on launch day, making the software, the program completely useless. If you got on at 10 o'clock, it didn't have a bot, you had no business being on the app. So that's why that made number 5 on my list. Used to be good, kind of like, an unknown secret. And we could go there, we can get a pair on release day. Apple Pay, we used to save us. And now it is nothing more than a bot haven. So for that reason, it made number 5 on the top 5 worst apps of 2020. Moving right along. Number 4, we're going to go with the Finish Line app. So I know, as many of you do, that on launch day, you cannot get on to finishline.com. Don't even bother. If you are shopping for shoes and it's not a Jordan and you're going on launch day, you might as well forget about it. Check the site in about 3 hours because that's when you're going to be able to go back on it, right? And the app is no different. They tell you to use the app, get the points. They have their whole status reward system, et cetera, et cetera. It's useless. You can't get on the website on release date. You can't get on the app on launch date, okay? So that being said, they have a reservation. So you can try to reserve your pair in a raffle style prior to launch date that you could pick up in stores. So I have done, I would probably say, a couple dozen raffles, and I've hit on one. That's it. One time I've been successful. I've seen repeat names and everything else, so I have no idea what logic goes into selecting the winner. I just know that my phone, my number, my app, whatever the case may be, Finish Line and my phone don't get along, not even a little bit. So I've seen a lot of other people post their dang, oh man, maybe next time raffle reveal sticker. Lisa's kind of salty. I'm not going to lie. So for that reason, Finish Line, you're getting number 4 in the top 5 worst sneaker apps of 2020. For all the L's that I've had to hold, I need you to hold this one.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
All right. So we're going to move along here. In number 3, and this is when it starts to get tough, the top 3, depending on the day, they could change places. You know, anyone could be 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, to be perfectly honest. But I'm going to go with everyone's fan favorite here, number 3, and that's you, StockX. That's you. So for those who have no idea what StockX is, you need to crawl out from under your rock. StockX has taken storm since about 2016, 2017, and has become that middleman, that marketplace for what was initially sneakers. Now it's the StockX, it's the stock market of things. So you can do purses, cards, watches, all types of stuff. But the bread and butter is still sneakers. That's what it's known for, and that's what most people use it for. So StockX, while it's great for transparency to see what the going rate is, it's also created this subculture where everyone is a reseller. So the quantity of pairs that were limited before are even more limited because everyone's trying to make a buck. And sometimes that's all they're making is like $1. There's a lot of rookies coming into the game, buying pairs that could go to a consumer. Someone like myself would want to rock them. And they're just trying to cop and hoping that they get that big one that's going to be worth something, and they'll sell at a loss or sell for $20 or $10, or like I said, literally $1. So that being said, because you created this subculture of idiots and where everyone's a reseller, I'm going to need you to hold this L at number 3, but I do appreciate the transparency on the pricing. It does make it easier. It's the Beckett of sneakers. And for 2020, you're getting the top 3 worst sneaker apps. And at number two, it's none other than Foot Locker. So that's all encompassing. Foot Locker, Foot Action, Champs. It's all the same thing. It's all part of Foot Locker Incorporated. And they're all going to hold number 2 for the top worst sneaker app of 2020. And this one hurts me, y'all. This one pains me because the Foot Locker app used to be great. It used to be one of the few places that you could actually get a pair of shoes. It had a fair and decent reward system that said if you purchased a lot of shoes at the store or on the website, you would get a head start on the raffles. You would get some sort of advantage, right? So you used to be able to be platinum status and get a head start. You could go to the store and check in, get a head start. And I won so many shoes that way simply because I purchased a lot of shoes from Foot Locker. So they rewarded me, and I appreciated that. There's only so many L's that I had on there. I'm not going to say I won every single time. That's impossible. But I did win a good amount of times, and for that, I appreciated them. In February of 2020, they decided to break a good thing, right? The old expression is, if it's not broke, don't fix it. They tried to fix it. It wasn't broke, and now they broke it. So they went to the new system, the FLX or the Flex app, and converted all of our coupons and everything else to points. And you were going to use these points for your head start for you to try to buy shoes. I haven't won since. I don't know about you. Leave it in the comment. I have not won sets. I've tried for all these different pairs, and I've used my points. And once you redeem them, that's it. You don't get them back. Win, lose, or draw, they're gone. So I've accumulated these points by making purchases at Foot Locker. I've used those points to try to get shoes on release date to reserve raffle pairs, but I've never won. I've never won. So now I don't even have a coupon, which, let's be honest, they try to restrict what you could use it on. But it was nice to have the coupon either way. I could buy socks if I wanted to. Couldn't really use it on sneaker purchases, but you could use it on some things. And it's the thought that counts there. Now they've completely messed up the system. As I mentioned, they did it in February, which is by and large the biggest month for sneakers, right around All-Star break. So they had like the Varsity 85, Yeezys, they had all these pairs that had released around All-Star break, and they had this new system, and it was just a huge cluster. Fast forward, world shuts down. Again, we're familiar with the situation. Pairs in retail were scarce. A lot of it went to online distribution, right? Making it once again that much more important to purchase on the app or the website. And like a lot of the aforementioned, you can't buy the shoe through the app on launch day. The bots attack it, the system crashes, the app kicks you out, you have to try to sign back in. It's just insane. It wasn't perfect before, but it was good, all right? And it was somewhat fair. Now, you've ruined a good thing. You've completely messed up the system. Most of the pairs, in my experience now, that are going to Foot Locker are going out the back door. So there's less on the app. There's less to pick up in store. Foot Locker, you've ruined sneakers for 2020. I'm just saying. I digress. And now, I know the anticipation is building. You cannot wait for this announcement. It's the top, numero uno, number one, the worst sneaker app of 2020. And it's none other than, that's right, the Sneakers app. Many an L, many a Saturday heartache and pain has been caused by the sneaker app. Sneakers, since your inception in 2015, you've done it wrong. And it's now come to a point where you're literally just affecting the mental health and sanity of so many sneakerheads. I don't know the logic. I don't know the deal with the algorithm. I don't know why new accounts seem to get early access and legacy accounts are left in the dark to just wither away. But I do know that between the bots, between the glitches, between all the L's, all the didn't get 'ems, all the fake got 'ems, you single-handedly have ruined the days, the weeks, the months, the lives of many. So for that reason, and that reason alone, you will wear this title for the worst sneaker app of 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause. Round of applause. So here's the deal. No one likes to be the worst app. No one likes to be the worst at anything. And I'm sure there's some people watching this. They might be salty. What I say to that is don't get mad. Get better, right? That's what we're told to do every single Saturday, every single launch day. Bot or cop. Cop or bot. So it's what you're forcing us to do every Saturday. And basically, it comes down to whether or not I want to buy a bot. Do you want to buy a bot? Do you want to buy a bot? Because that's the prerequisite. That's what you need in order to buy shoes now in 2020. If you don't have that, it's like bringing a pen to a test. It's like bringing a knife to a gunfight. You're just seriously underarmed. You have the wrong artillery. You don't have the right weapon. You don't stand a chance. And let's be honest, it wasn't great in 2019. But 2020, you didn't do us any favors. It just got worse.
Me, I'm just done in the hype. Me, I'm just done in the hype. Me, I'm just done.
So here's what we need you to do. Fix it. Help us out. Help us all out. Spread the love. Same people shouldn't win every single week. Spread the love. Law of averages. I need a dub. All right? I need a dub. That's all. But listen, if you want to get better, talk to me. We can do some consulting. Got a lot of bright ideas, constructive criticism only, but I got a lot of great ideas on how we can improve the quality of the app And that's what goes for everyone. I'm independent. I'll improve every single app. Just hit me up. I got you. All right. So that being said, y'all, let me know what your experience is. Maybe you win on sneakers all the time, so you think it's the greatest thing ever. It's the best app in the universe. It's the best thing since sliced bread. I don't know. I seem to have a jaded view, but that's just from my experience. So let me know what you think are the top worst sneaker apps of 2020. And let me know what you think are the best as well. That being said, y'all, Happy New Year. Everyone stay safe, stay blessed. We out. See you in 2021. Maally out. Peace.
Sometimes we laugh and sometimes we cry, but I guess you know now, baby.